Hello again, my friends, and you are my friends, and welcome to the Matchday Live with Ipswich Buses. I'm, of course, your host, Big Up, and welcome to this afternoon's Shrewsbury encounter. We are here from now until about 5:15, 5:20. We are going to try and break down the best we can, pre-game and post-game, what has just transpired. And obviously sat here at 4 minutes to 2. What we hope transpires is 3 absolutely beautiful, beautiful points. As always, before I go any further, hit that like button. It truly helps the channel out. And you can subscribe and become a YouTube member or support us through Ko-Fi. Not only do you support the platform through Ko-Fi or becoming a YouTube member because we're such great content creators, you also get access to our Discord, which, by the way, is absolutely popping off. It is so busy. I have got lots of comments coming, which I absolutely love to see. And I'm going to go ahead and bring in my one of 3 contributors this afternoon. The man, the myth, the legend, no intro needed, Peter Cox. Peter Cox, welcome in, my man. How you doing?
Good afternoon. Yes, not bad. Shaking off the tail end of COVID. Yes, it's finally got your man Coxie. Yeah.
I'm sorry to hear that, my man. I truly am. Lots of 3 points incoming in the chat. Before I ask for your 1 to 11, what you would put out if you were Kieran, looks like a pro golfer, McKenna, what are you feeling ahead of today? You feeling confident?
Well, what I'm hoping and what I'm feeling for today is we keep the magical ingredient to promotion, that is consistency, going. Yeah, I am expecting roughly the same as the other night at Burton. I think it's going to be, it's not going to be, a walk in the park. It's going to be a very tough game. Steve Cottrell, he's not new to the game. He's going to be probably try and stifle us. But in this game now, this is where you need Morsey out there, giving the bollockins out left, right, and centre for any little mistakes which could cost us.
Absolutely. Ipswich Jules, rumour has it that if you hit the like button, it increases the chances of an ITFC win by 1%. That is a rumour I cannot confirm nor deny. Equally, 1 like does equal a prayer for a town win. Again, I cannot confirm or deny that rumour. But if you hit the like button, let's see what happens. Rob Holmes.
Try, folks. Yeah.
It is. I feel your pain, Coxie. I'm in bed with it too. Max Fax, good evening from Australia. Thank you for your email. What you have sent is just absolutely breathtaking. I love it. I'm going to read through it again and again until I understand it. But it's great. I do like it. No, it is good, honestly. I put a little joke in there, but it is good. So 2 minutes to go. Facebook users feeling nervous for today. Just the standard. We haven't lost yet nerves, but surely we have enough to take 3 points. What would you put out today? Obviously, Christian Walton in goal. That goes without saying. No need to even question you. Back 3?
I know it was subject to much debate last night, but I would still keep the 3 there, the Don, the Fridge, and Wolf. I know there's
okay.
sort of, yeah.
Your wing backs, would you bring Leif Davis back into the side?
No, I would keep Greg Lee in there. Okay,
right wing back. Obviously, Wes Burns, tight groin. Don't know if he's going to make it or not. We don't think he will. What are you saying?
Okay, yeah, maybe give KVY another go in it, maybe.
KVY, yeah, okay, all right. Midfield too. Are you going to bring the big bad Don Ball back, or Lee Evans?
Keep for me, it's about keeping things as they are. Evans has done all right, other than a couple of naff corners last week. But yeah, keep Evans in there.
All right, and your front, is it Chaplin returning? Is it Aluko?
No, that's Chaplin for me. Sorry, Colin. No, I'm all right. Colin's actually at Shrewsbury, so he's not really watching this. So, but yeah, it's Colin Chaplin for me. I've got a
Harness.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. And who's up front for you?
Ladapo.
Big bag, Freddie Ladapo. Well, team news will be in ever so shortly. Before I share that team news with you, let me just share a picture of our leader, our hero, our saviour, we hope. Look at the beautiful man himself. Look at that. He looks like he's ready to take on the PGA, doesn't he?
Yeah, see the golfer reference now.
Yeah, I absolutely love the bloke. He's an absolute idol of mine. If he wins today, I might even get a picture of him, which could be a curse. I do not know. But the team is in. The team today is Walton, Donatian, Wolfenden, Burgess, Vincent Young, Evans, Morsey, Davis, Chaplin, Harness. And your striker is Tyrese John Jules today. That is your 1 to 11. Let's break it down ever so slightly. First of all, we'll start from back to front. Christian Burgess returns in replace of George the Fridge Edmondson, who is on the bench. What's the thinking you think behind that one?
Perhaps it is they're expecting sort of a bit of long ball stuff from Shrewsbury today, so perhaps he's sort of been viewed as the better headerer, perhaps, if that is the term, headerer, or better at heading the ball than the Fridge. Or
so you think maybe the strength in the air,
strength in the air is probably,
and the domination he can bring to it is what. Do you think it's more of a possible four at the back then, with Danastian, Wolfenden, Burgess, and Davis obviously returning for Greg Lee, with KVY playing that right winger Wes Burns type role, or is it still a three for you in your mind?
Well, I would think we're going to stick to the three, but perhaps he might go for the four. But yeah, I don't think it's sort of the three at the back with the two wing backs is going to be. I think is McKenna's favoured. Formation.
Yeah, it possibly could be. We've got Stephen Parry just had an injury, might need a rest. Do you subscribe to that?
Yeah, maybe have a bit of a knot going on there. We don't know. We don't get told, do we?
So. See, I don't subscribe to that. It might be completely right. No, it might be completely right. He might be spot on the money. But for me, let's say Christian Burgess walks out there in the first 120 seconds, pulls hamstring. Are you not going to play George Edmondson?
Yeah, he will then be straight back in, won't he? Yeah.
Because being on the bench to me signals you're ready to go, whether that's 20 minutes, 60 minutes, or an hour, because he's the only centre half. Whereas I would perhaps look to have put somebody else on the bench, or another player that we haven't got on the bench, such as Ed was on the bench, got Jackson or Luco. There's going to be someone bad to be missing. I can't think off the top of my head. But I see what Stephen's saying. If that's the reason why, I don't know. It could well be. But I would say tactical more than anything. I think Kieran McKenna's. And we heard from Janoy Danastian on Thursday, Coxie. They've got dossiers. They've got preparation. They know about the opposition. This could be just a tactical approach. Yeah, Keogh, for example. Mike D, thank you very much. Exactly, and now I was forgetting Keogh. If Edmondson was carrying that, would you not have put Richard Keogh on the bench?
Not straight away now, because he's still got to sort of feel his way back into our side, really. So I probably wouldn't have risked that, But yes, he is the older head. But,
he is. Yeah. Excuse me. Sorry, I had a cough there. Right, KVY, you did call for him before the game. He has come into the lineup now. Right back, right wing back, whatever it might be. Obviously, Caden Jackson played that role. Surprisingly, from a defensive point of view on Tuesday, better than an attacking point of view, which make of that what you will. But KVY, what can he bring to that side? You called for him before, you've got him now. What in your opinion can he bring to that party?
Well, hopefully we'll see the better side of KVY today. We'll see, more trickery, more pace. He's got to try and fill the gap that Burns, does sadly. When it Burns is out, we have that big gap there. So he's got to try and fill that. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. I think he came on the back end of last season, didn't he? And performed well at that right side position. And I think he even created a goal. He's in no way a Wes Burns. He's never going to be a Wes Burns.
No.
But I certainly think Vincent Young can bring some athletic ability, some playing ability to that position. We have our third contributor. He is here. It is the man, the myth, the legend, Curtis Yates. Curtis, welcome in. How you doing?
I'm good, mate. I'm good. I've just got back now.
Good, man. Have you seen the team yet?
I haven't. No,
Let me read it to you. It is Christian Walton, Janoy Danastian, Luke Wolfenden, Christian Burgess, Kane Vincent Young, Lee Evans, Sam Morsey, Leif Davis, Connor Chaplin, Marcus Harness, and your striker today is Tyrese John Jules.
Interesting.
Your thoughts, your immediate reaction.
It's interesting, isn't it? Well, have we got a defender on the bench?
George Edmondson and Greg Lee.
Not a surprise that Edmondson's on the bench after Burton, is it really, to be fair?
Were you not impressed with him, Burton?
I think to be fair, I think Burton was probably one of his poorer games that he's had in a Town shirt. Not to say that his overall games have been bad, but that one game was a bit. it was a bit awful for him. So maybe it's a case of just taking him out of the firing line. It's not bad. It's not a bad lineup though. It's thrown up a couple of surprises. Not really sure what John Jules has done to warrant a start up front, but then again, Ladapo's not scored, so maybe he's just trying something different. So yeah.
Yeah, let's go there, Curtis. Torres John Jules on the team sheet. Who's Christian Burgess? He plays for Portsmouth. I meant Cameron Burgess. I mean, if you've been here a long time, guys, you know who I mean. Let's get with the fucking program. All right, let's cut the shit. You know who I meant. All right, you know who I meant. You know who I meant.
Get it together, Gav. You've got a speech to make later on. Come on, you can't fall apart now. Come on.
We all know it's Bob getting married, not Neil. Look. Leave me alone, all right? I've got pressure on my shoulders. Leave me alone. But no, seriously, Torres John Jewell, he has pressure on his shoulders. We think he could be the focal point, but equally he could be behind a focal point of trying to Chaplin. If you had to choose before we actually find out, who would your striker be, Chaplin or John Jules, and why, Kurt?
If it was me, I would have had Chaplin based off past performances from last season and leading throughout the games this season. I think he's been overall, he's looked better overall, I think, against John Jules. But to be honest, if it was me, I wouldn't have even changed the strike. I thought Freddie did what he was asked for, and unfortunately he's not got his goal yet. Well, I wouldn't have even changed the striker, but I imagine he's probably just giving him a breather, considering he has been the main focal point, chasing down everything that he can for the last four games, is it now?
Yeah, exactly. And there's two ways of looking at it, I suppose, Curtis. It's either a kick up the arse, as Stephen Parrish just said to Freddie, or it's a breather, because obviously we know when he came off Tuesday, the commentator said he's absolutely shattered. And in the sports science world, you are guided by how much you run the last game, how much you didn't run the last game, your movements, your sleep patterns, blah 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 blah. It could be a simple rest.
I don't think it's a kick up the arse, because, as I say, I think his overall play has been absolutely fine. And to be fair, we're not a team that creates many chances for the striker anyway. So let's say we create a couple of chances for Freddie in a game, two chances in a game of 90 minutes. It's hardly fair if he misses those two chances and then we blame him for it. We're not creating a plethora of chances for him to put away. We're not lamenting the fact that he isn't putting them away at all. His overall play has been absolutely fine, but he's doing everything else. He's just unfortunate not to have got that goal as of yet. But I think the system we operate in general is to spread the goals out rather than focus on the striker getting the main bulk of goals. To be fair,
I agree. Coxie, does this highlight the fact that we desperately need a striker?
Yeah, I think that's the majority consensus. We do need, another striker. Ideally two, but definitely another one. Yeah.
Are you surprised Jackson wasn't given the nod following what was a really strong performance on Tuesday night?
Well, I think I disagree with you sort of inside. I don't think it was a very good first half performance from our man Jackson, but second half he did. Yeah, second half he did work his socks off. Yes, he is a striker. Yes, he's supposed to score goals, but yeah, he did. He was a couple of times in defensive positions and helped out there. So he's working back to front. So his work rate, you can't. That second half, you cannot knock it.
No, you absolutely can't. And obviously, we know that tactically, Kieran, McKenna, Martin Pert, and team are bang on the money, Curtis. I haven't seen Shrewsbury play this year. This could very simply be we need pace in behind a very slow Shrewsbury backline, and the best way to do that is John Jules, who has shown flashes of pace.
Oh yeah, I mean certainly. I mean, we saw the interview that Janoy Nassin did earlier in the week about how he was saying that McKenna's preparation for games is second to none. It's nothing like he's seen before. And again, it just goes to show who's to say today that team could be an absolute blinding choice that he's put together there, and we could all be praising him again like we always do. I have no reason to not trust McKenna until the day comes that I do have reason to not trust him. I'm all for seeing it. I'm all for seeing a young player try and take his chance whilst he's got it. But we'll see today, won't we?
The best thing is that he would wrestle it, take a couple of goals, and really put in the conversation, I guess, Kurt. Do you need a striker? Possibly not. And could he be the answer to the perfect foil to Ladapo? He just needs to get a couple of goals, because that would already put him in, one ahead of Big Fred.
Yeah. You're never going to know until you try with these type of players, and the odd 15 minutes off the bench. I mean, Nord, even James Nord, when he was at our club, even he used to say when he was coming off the bench, he never really got into the flow of the game. He found it difficult to get up to pace. So I find it difficult when players come on for 15 minutes and they're there expected to make an impact. It is difficult to get yourself going at 100 miles an hour the way the game is going. So you're never really going to see what someone's like until they actually do start and get good 45, 60 under the belt. You won't see exactly what they're all about. But you know what? Today he might have played a blinder. I think Shrewsbury would have set up hopefully to combat Ladapo and co. And I don't think anyone would have expected to have TJJ up front. No. Anyways, I think it could be a nice surprise that he sprung up on him. To be honest,
I did float the idea during the week of maybe perhaps you take Freddie out for a game, you sit him, you re-energize him, in the hopes that when he comes back, obviously he gets that rub of the green, he gets that goal. But you're absolutely right. Even if you'd listened to that from a Shrewsbury point of view, you probably would not have expected John Jules to be the chap that is in the replacement. It would have been a Caden. It would have been a Connor Chaplin. It may still be, obviously, as we progress through the afternoon. But right now, we believe it to be TJJ. I'll get a few comments, but before I do, hold up. 17 minutes into the show. Whether you're watching on YouTube or Facebook, hit the like button on your platform. It helps us out. It truly does. So if you're on YouTube, hit the thumbs up. If you're on Facebook, hit the like button, share it to your town friends. And we're back here at the full-time whistle. I might be a best man today. I might have a speech to do this evening, but my commitment to this platform is second to none. I am doing this first, and then I'm going to go and do that. So make sure you're here full-time on the whistle. It will be a quick show, I promise you that, but we're going to still deliver a good one. Rob Holmes, do you think Shrewsbury put do you think because Shrewsbury put so many people behind the ball, will have possession that TJJ's touch and pace will be beneficial between the lines? I think that's what we've just been speaking about there and what he could bring to the party. Joe Cook wonders if Ladapo becomes a super sub off the bench. Stephen Parry, but strikers are there to score. He had no pressure with Jackson. His only rival, so giving him a G up is part of it. If he didn't score Tuesday, trust me, Faz will be moaning about the misses. It's a good point he makes. It's a really good point. Parry says, behave with normal. He's getting 90 for Barnsley and still can't score. Gary Denny, this team is all about rotation rather than bad performances on Tuesday. We have some decent squad players, and this is a chance for them to stake a claim. And Adrak, our resident Rotherham fan, told you many times KM is not playing FL in the right formation. I'll break that down. Told you many times Kieran McKenna is not playing Freddie Ladapo in the right formation. He places the two, not on his own.
There you go.
Don Ball is starting to worry me a little bit, Coxie, because he's not in the lineup today. That's okay. That's not why I'm particularly worried. However, I do not believe, I'm just going to check again, he is not on the bench. Haladki, Edmondson, Lee, Edwards, Aluko, Jackson, and Ladapo are your bench. To not even be on the bench when you can make 5 subs, get 15 minutes, a 5-minute cameo, whatever. And I'm a little bit concerned. I want to see him obviously in the Papa John's, or I would be definitely concerned. How are you on it? I know some in the chat are already saying they're a little bit worried.
Why are you a little bit worried? Sorry,
hasn't appeared. It's one ankle injury, start of the year, and it's rumbling on. It's slowly rumbling and rumbling and run. Because a sprained ankle, a twisted ankle, I mean, we don't know what the full extent of the injury is, obviously, but it is rumbling, and people are starting to get a little bit concerned. I saw one in the chat about his status. How are you as a fan looking into the situation?
Yeah, it would have been nice to have seen him by now. But just remember last season we had this with Edmondson. We didn't see him for a little while, did we? And I know I'm pretty sure that wasn't an ankle injury. It was something other.
No, I think it was actually.
It was an ankle injury.
Yeah, I think it was. Yeah.
Perhaps we sign people with ankle injuries now.
Ever the optimist, Coxie. How about you, Kurt? I mean, from my perspective, it would have been nice if he's back on the grass as we believe he is. Just be on the bench, and maybe if you're winning last 5, chuck him on, give him that run out.
I mean, for me, we're in no dire need of him to be rushed back at the moment. I think we've got a team that is going steady at the moment, is playing rather well. I don't think we've had this issue in the past where we've rushed back players, or we used to previously rush back players, and then they used to then be out for months on end. They used to be out for more months than they'd had years on the contract at Ipswich. So it was horrendous. So if it means taking a bit more time and a bit more care with his ankle, which bear in mind, if you get one bad turn on your ankle, it's a career ender. That it's a career ender. So you've got to make sure that you do look after the ankle, because I mean those ligaments are horrible to heal.
Yeah,
we don't know exactly what injury it is, but if it's anything to do with them, it's worth taking your time. If it means him being out for another few games, and then we have him for the rest of the season to rely on, I'm all for it. And plus, to be fair, but in pre-season, we were worrying that, well, like if Ball gets injured or drops out, then we have to rely on Lee Evans to come back in. Lee Evans, he stepped up. He's stepped up and he's doing his bit for the team, and I don't think anyone can really argue that. He's not an amazing player, but he's doing his bit for the team, which is more than what we can ask for currently. Bearing in mind, we've not really got another option in that area.
No,
but yeah, take your time with him. I'm not worried. I'm not worried.
Okay, absolutely. We've got Andy Stride, Don Ball back in training on Friday. Aaron Scott, Evans was out a similar length to Edmondson, and he's getting asked to play another 90 minutes. Stephen, better him out for 2 months than a year. Kane, 46 games in with 2 fully fit CDMs playing. It doesn't matter, to be honest. No recognised midfielder on the bench. Obviously, you'd imagine it's Sonny with the experience and the ball retention skills that would perhaps slot in there. If you are a YouTube member or a Co 5/5 stander and you're on our Discord server, there is an in-game chat thread, so get active in that throughout the game this afternoon. And we are, but if you want to join that and you're not yet a fan, you can do so via the link in the chat. You get access the moment you sign yourself up to it. Curtis, obviously the three of us are back at full time match reaction, but what are you expecting come 5-5? What is your bold prediction for today?
Bold prediction. I'm going to say.
One?
I'm going to say it's goals galore. I'm going to say it's 3-2 to us.
Oh, 3-2 to us. Love it. Tasty. Coxie, bold prediction. Don't say 2-1 because that's not bold. That's a regular prediction.
Yeah, I can't make a bold prediction. A bold prediction. That's what I always do.
Anything left or right at 2-1 is bold for you, to be fair. So you could say 3-1, 3-2, 1-0. Yeah, but just don't say 2-1.
Yeah, I was going to say 2-1. It's fun enough.
I know.
Yeah. It's as much as I'd love to say what Yatesy said, I'd love to see a slobber knocker of lots of goals and us winning. But no, I think I'm going to say you're banned me from 2-1, so we'll say 1-0 again.
1-0. Okay. Yeah. We've got 1-0 from Parry, 2-0 from Rob Holmes, 2-0 from Aaron Scott, 3-1 from David Prince, 1-0 from Louis Fenton, John Jules with the goal scorer. Christopher Edwards and Kane GFX have got the memo of bold predictions. I salute you both. 5-0, Christopher says. 4-0, Kane says. EJ says 2-1. Max Fact from the Down Under. Hopefully you'll be with us, Max, at full time. Come on, stay with us. Stay awake all night, Max. Be with us. He's in Australia, you see. 1-0, 80% possession. 1-0 from Mike D. It's not quite bold, though, is it, Mike? It's not bold. Bold is buying a £65 Christmas tree. You know that. Stephen Perry, which I'd take down. That kind of works what I just said. EJ said I'd take any kind of win. And Manolos, I wonder where Manolos is calling in from. Love it. 4-0 Town. We are back at full time on the full-time whistle. Join us. But until then, this is Ipswich Buses Matchday Live. He is Curtis Yates. He arrives when he wants. He does what he wants. One Yatesy. This is your Bricktop Peter Cox. I'm the Gov. Join us on Discord if you can. We're back soon with love, with care. Speak soon. You make me smile when I think of you. If I get down or when I am blue, I can't get enough. You make me happy, I feel so fine. Oh, how I wish that you were mine. I can't get enough. I woke up all soaked in sweat, weird chills running down my neck. I thought when crazy
crazy from just the thought of you.